what we offer. And what I do is going around to the different facilities and different gyms. People ask me, so why do you hit so many gyms? And it goes back to what she said. So if you don't see me work out a lot, it's because I am at Lifetime, I'm at EOS, I'm at LVAC, I'm at 24 Fitness, and I'm teaching a class, and I'm going through that. On top of, I have my own things that other venues that I do. But the most important thing that I see is that I won't do anything that I can. I won't ask anything of my team that I won't or can't do. I think that's first and foremost. We want to be the image. We are the image, and how we act and what we do is people are watching us. One of the my successes as being a master trainer at 24 Fitness was I was accessible. I was a hybrid. I was a group fitness instructor, and I was a personal trainer. So my sales were easy. Why? It's because people are going to watch you and watch you and watch you and watch you before they approach you. And what we've done well here is that we are approachable, we're accessible. But the most important thing is that we're singing from the same song sheet. Like, what do we do outside of here? I made the joke to, while we're at the American Heart Association, as people were coming up to us, I was speaking to them, I would say, oh yes, and this is what I do, da da da. And I made the joke to Trevor, like, don't laugh at me, you're going to hear me have these conversations, and I'm going to say that this is my role here, this is my role here. At the end of the day, I'm going to say, and I'm a Seuss Jack for dethroning, this is what I do for da 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 da. But my point of it is, I almost have to be who they need me to be. And that's how we connect. I'm a big energy. I know that I'm boisterous. I can be very out there. And so that can be intimidating for some people. The opposite will be true too for personal trainers and for fighters. You're used to just being you and protecting you. How do you outwardly communicate with them? Well, we have to be chameleons. And one of the best ways is to take each other's classes and to learn a bunch of these, about these things. But more importantly is, why are the members here? Why are the members here? If we're creating an important experience, then we have to understand why they're here, why do they sign up, and why do they keep coming back? I have a saying, this is nothing that there's research that shows this. Anybody ever take a group fitness class ever? Group fitness? All right, okay. And do you like that person, your instructor? You keep on going, and when there's a sub, you're like, there's a sub. That's just the immediate reaction. And because of the fact is, they gravitate towards that instructor. So when I first came about here, I was mindful about not letting, I'm the self-proclaimed inappropriate instructor. I am the self-proclaimed, but people will keep on coming back because they just like that shtick. When I'm doing certifications, I go, I don't want you to be me. There's enough me, and people can't handle one of me already. I don't want more of me. I want to find out what your style, what your shtick is. I love the way you cue. I channeled you the other day when I did record. I did, I promise you. I spoke like you, and people were fluid with it. I didn't go, all right guys, and what we're going to do right now is going to get into Warrior One. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So we have to amend to that. But the way that we do is we have to get to know our members, and that was the first thing that I saw when I came aboard on this. I'm like, how do you know every member's name? How do you guys remember everybody's name? And now I'm practicing. Like, okay, so I stand there with my mind, body, and I practice. Like, who's that? Because if we don't get to know who they are, then we don't know why they're here. If we don't know why they're here, we can't get them to where we need to. And we have to remember that we're the professionals here. We're the ones that have the certifications or the degrees or whatever it is, and we have to be able to act on that. Anybody can, no offense to us, anybody can be a monkey and read that. That's what they do. And we see that. They read it, they come here, and they do exactly the wrong thing, right? So not everybody can do what they see. So what we're here for is to give them an experience that's going to be safe and effective, and keyword, #fun. That's why people coming back. People, how do they stick with a routine? Well, they have to have a longing for it. They're not going to see results at the end of the day. Guess who they're going to blame? Us. They're not going to blame the bad nutrition. They're not going to blame the bad sleeping behaviors. They're not going to, all their vices, the fact that they're smoking, drinking lots of coffee, whatever. They're not going to blame that. They're going to blame us because it's easier. Because if already they're not getting results, it's because they're the person. So what we need to do is create the experience, channel another instructor. Don't be them, channel them. And watch the way you flow. 2 points I want to make. Cueing. We name the move, we set it up, and we have safety cues. Short and concise. When we talk too much, and what I do, when I talk, it's about random stuff. I'm just being silly. Because if they don't hear it, fine. But the little secret to my sauce is that if they're laughing at something I said, I know they're paying attention. So, just so you know, there's a method to all of my madness. I come in with a plan. And one of the things I used to do, you'd send me the workouts. I know that you do this. I can't say if you all do it or not, but we look at the game plan, the workout. We're here going, okay, and I look at this as my strategy. And I see how many people are here, because the first couple times, I was like, I'm like, all right, this ain't working. How to create a flow. So when we're cueing, set the move, set them up, and then be short and concise for the safety cues. Make sense? Cool? Because oftentimes they see it, they just start going, especially in boxing. Oh, I love it. I love when I see them box. I love it. I love it. Or all the things that happen here. Or I love it when people think it's cool. They're not ready to. They get a BOSU. They get 25-pound dumbbells, and their balance is off. Their knees are bowing. They're out of, the core is not engaged, etc. The other thing I want to say is when you walk with purpose. So those are the two things. Is that walk with purpose. A lot of people do this. You can create energy without having to speak. How do you move? So if you're going to walk with purpose. We said this back in the 24-hour days. When you rock your weights, have a conversation. So the reason why we go to the floor and rock the weights is just so I can build conversations. Hey there. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Janelle? How's your workout? Or so and so, and I'm fixing this. But now I have a reason rather than be here and say how to do it. I'm having a reason. So whenever you see me, if I'm being silly and I'm jumping up here, there's a reason why I did that. It's because now I need all their eyes up here to change the level. Or that's my way of resetting the class. Or if I get down low and make it intimate. It was really interesting when I had my visit at Santa Monica. The three guys were on the side and I didn't know they were filming me. Ian goes, hey, I want to show you this video. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, that's me, bro. And what he said was, what he couldn't come to life was the concept of, how do I be the one-on-one personal trainer, but yet command a team and get the energy going at the same time? Yeah. And all that really is us as instructors, and Janelle does such a great job with this, by the way. I do watch you. She does a great job. She comes in, and no matter if there's 90% of the people that are still here because it's something that we're just bred to do, we introduce ourselves. Hi guys, we introduce ourselves. Our intro is always here, what the expectations are, how we flow through it, and then how we move them through the whole thing. But what I want to take away and add to this is, start with your end game. If your end game is that you want to have a great experience, then let that be how you're fueled through that whole 30 to 45 minutes. So if we start of how we end, then think about how do you want them to leave today so they come back again and again. And it shouldn't be whether we have a sub or not. They should be happy that they got one of us. It doesn't matter who, because they know they're going to get